Hey guys, welcome to Comic Book Club. I'm Alex.
I'm Justin.
Hey. I have a couple of last issues for you guys today. We're going to talk about Manhunter number 38, I Kill Giants number 7, and give you an advanced look at Weapon X First Class number 3.
Nice.
Yeah. So,
it's a time for endings. It's winter.
Sure is. So let's get right into it. Talk about Manhunter number 38, last issue of this series. How do you guys? This is actually like the third or fourth last issue for the series.
Yeah.
How do you think this held up?
I really like this series. Mark Andreyko can write dialogue. His dialogue is killer. No one is writing dialogue as good as his out there right now.
I wouldn't say no one.
Who?
Well, I mean,
Think about it. James Ryan's on Starman, very good dialogue. His dialogue is even richer than that, though, and even I think that's why people can't get into it, because it's very dense. It's very prose-like. I'm a little lost in this last series, this last two-issue arc, because I don't know all of the characters very well. But I liked what he did, and I like the character, and it's sad to see it go.
I totally agree. Conversely, having read every issue of this is a really nice payoff for the characters. Yeah. I do think there was the last time this series ended. That issue was one of my favorite issues ever. It really tied things up really nicely, teased the future, gave it a really good emotional payoff, which this is a little more fun, a little frothier, which I know sounds kind of silly, but it's the past two issues, this arc, it's not quite as poignant as the previous ending was, which is fine. It gives it a different flavor to it. It's a really enjoyable issue, and I think it's nice, and I really hope people pick up the series in trades.
Yeah, and it's not like the characters died or anything, so there's still a possible future here.
I would say Greg Pak, Tim Seeley, and Jason Aaron write really good dialogue. Anyways, I do agree with you. It is good dialogue. I'm not taking it away, but I wouldn't say it's as great as you make it out to be. I enjoy.
Me down a peg.
I enjoy Manhunter. And I'm sad to see it go. But every time I try to get on board on it, I never quite get all the way on board. I enjoy the characters. I enjoy what they're doing. It never quite really gets me. Where every time there's a new Manhunter, I'm like, oh. So
this is like the Wire of superhero comic books.
Whoa, nice! That kind of put it all together. And we would be wrong. It would be wrong of us to not note Michael Gaydos is fantastic.
Excellent.
Yes.
Bella.
What's he going to be doing next? I wonder.
Probably nothing. Probably taken out by garbage.
What?
What's good for him.
Oh man,
Michael Gaydos can take out my garbage.
You got a lot of money, yeah.
I got a lot of bucks to throw around.
All that web money.
Got a lot of garbage dollars.
Yeah, there's a lot of money on the web. Let's move on to talk about I Kill Giants number 7. Pete, you want to talk about this? You've been a big fan of this series.
Joe
like a crazy fan.
Joe Kelly does amazing work with just creating a very...
Would you say he writes the best dialogue in the business?
No, I wouldn't go that far because that would be kind of a crazy statement.
Why are you shitting on Joe Kelly all of a sudden?
No, I'm not. Would you listen to me? Joe Kelly does an amazing job of creating a magical world that is believable, fun, very creative. The art heightens that writing and makes it just...
Oh, that was a good magic trick.
Yeah, why don't we do beer jokes in the middle of my talking?
It's not a joke.
I can't praise this comic enough. It is different, it is fun, it does a great job of getting you enthralled in the action.
I agree, I think this is a very good comic. I would say, he does a good job of putting a magical sensibility, magical realism, on top of a very real world, and that's what is so interesting about this, where you can really see through the eyes of this character and see what she's dealing with, and the reveals in this issue give it a poignancy that makes it a great series, and definitely worth picking up.
This reminded me a little bit of Too Cool to Be Forgotten, just because it has a very similar reveal and very similar magical realism going on.
Indeed.
I also like this. I do think Joe Kelly does a very nice job here. The end.
Pick up the trade. It'd be tough to find all the single issues since this took over a year to come out, I believe.
Yeah.
But it's a good trade, worth the read, and the art is really unique.
Yeah, it's very cartoony. It is cartoon art, but it's very expressive at the same time.
Done really well.
Does a nice job, in particular with the grays. I really like the grays in the issue.
It's this artist's first long-term comic work.
Plus,
Ken Namori.
What I really enjoyed is the last page he really kind of breaks down everything about this comic and what it meant to him and all the work that went into it, which is nice to be able to get a little behind the scenes on a comic.
Indeed.
Yeah.
God, if only we could get behind the scenes on these comic books.
We sure can with the next one, which is Weapon X First Class number 3. We're giving you a little bit of an advanced look at this. What do you guys think about this issue? Part of the First Classiverse.
Yeah, I like the First Classiverse. It gets to the core of the characters and it lets you do kind of fun stories using them.
I think that's a very nice way of putting it. I think people certainly raised their eyebrows when they heard they were doing Weapon X First Class. For those of you who don't know, the First Class stuff is generally considered the all ages stuff without being Adventures line. Adventures is younger readers, First Class, slightly older, and technically it's supposed to be in continuity, but kind of follows its own continuity.
Right.
But I think what you said, it really gets to the core, the heart of the characters, the very classic Stan Lee, Jack Kirby stuff that's going on that's just very enjoyable.
Yeah.
What is enjoyable about Wolverine?
It's supposed to be what the Ultimate Universe did, but they kind of went off the rails.
What I like about it is if you're a hardcore Wolverine fan like myself, and you're like, oh man, I want a lot of action, it still gives you the action. It's not like it's watered down or anything. It just tells it in a way that maybe is a little better or a little different. And you're not missing it. You're still enjoying all the different panels.
Yeah, and it does have a cartoony feel to it in the art. This is a 2-part issue. We have a Wolverine Weapon X story in the first part, and then you have a Gambit story illustrated by touchy-feely Tim Seeley.
Stop calling touchy-feely Tim Seeley.
That's his name.
But what's also
what you
nice
call him
is
over I am.
You're like, why is Gambit in Weapon X? And Weapon X is a sidebar.
It's a bit of a crossover.
Yeah.
I think they should have a Gambit comic where he has one deck of cards, and that's it. Because
that's a really good pitch.
where and you get to see this is the.
You could call it Gambit, one card short of a stack.
Oh, nice stack. Or how about 52 pickup?
Ooh, that's pretty good. And
52 issues coming out every week next year.
Starring
Marvel.
Gambit. Amazing.
Fan favorite Gambit.
He does do a little tease of this story where he's like, "Ooh, it's cold out here. I wish I had a coat."
Yeah. True. And then he gets a coat later.
But this is a really great issue when this comes out. Definitely pick it up. Really fun. Keep supporting the First Class titles because I would like to see more of them.
And
Indeed.
a lot of great splash pages.
Slash.
In the back, kind of panels.
You're thinking that because it's Tim Seeley. Hack slash, so you want to say slash.
That's
because you miss him and you want to see him and you want to touch him.
Yeah, you want to make old beards.
I don't know why you're. Anyways, the pinup bar in the back is.
It is weird. Before we were talking about great dialogue, you were like your favorite people were Greg Pak and Tim Seeley, both beardos, just like you.
Beardos. That is just.
I'm saying I think there's a hair-faced conspiracy going on.
If you have a question, you can write us at thecomicbookclub@yahoo.com. You can comment below, upload your video responses. You can send us a letter through the mail, and we will read it.
Grow a beard, and people love you.
And if you're ever in New York,
on a Tuesday, 8 o'clock at the Pit, you should come see our live show.
Big guests.
That's a lot of fun.